Hi students, so till now we have came across the matrix, what is matrix, and how we are going to represent these matrix and all. Then we came across what are the types which are lying under the matrix. After that we have came across operations, like which and all operations we are used in the matrix, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, all these operations which we have learned till now. Then later we have came across the transpose of a matrix. If matrix is given, how to take the transpose of it, all those things, followed by the symmetric and skew symmetric matrix. So till now we came across all these topics in the matrix section, and today we are going to the last section, that is nothing but elementary operations or transformation of a matrix. So you may ask, what is this elementary operations or transformations in the matrix? In the matrix, if we need to take the inverse of a matrix, we need these elementary operations. So first let us understand what are these elementary operations. So first let us understand what are these elementary operations. After that we will come across the inverse and how we are using this elementary operations to find out the inverse of a matrix. You will come to know. So totally there are 6 elementary operations. Okay, but out of these, means mainly there are 3 elementary operations, but we are going to get 6 elementary operation only because out of these 3 there are 3 elementary row operation and 3 elementary column operations. Means mainly there are 3 operations. Since we are separating it for rows and columns, these 3 operations is separately done for row and these 3 operations are separately done for columns. So totally 3 plus 3 we are going to get 6 elementary operations. So now let us come to know what are these 3 elementary operations step by step. First is nothing but interchange of any 2 rows or column. Means if a matrix is given, for example you can see here there is a matrix called A. You can see here a matrix of order 3 cross 3. What they are saying, by interchange of any 2 rows or any 2 columns, means we are interchanging any 2 rows or columns. If I am representing it in the general manner, means interchanging of any 2 rows, symbolically it is represented by 2-sided arrow. Remember this symbolic representation, 2-sided arrow. If I am doing the interchange of any 2 rows, means like this. For example, here you can see a matrix. Suppose I am interchanging R1 with R2. So what is our R1? This is R1, this is R2 and this is R3 in 3 cross 3 matrix. What I am doing here, R1 is interchanged with R2. By interchanging R1 with R2 means R1 it is going to be replaced in the R2 place and R2 going to replace in the R1 place. So what is our R1? 1, 2, 3. It is going to take place in the second row. So that is 1, 2, 3. What about 4, 5, 6? It is the second row. It is going to interchange in the first place. That is 4, 5, 6. And there is nothing to be done with this third row. So I am replacing it as it is. So this is the interchange of any 2 rows. Suppose if I do the same operation for, when it comes for column, means you can see here this one is column 1, column 2 and column 3. Now if I am interchanging column C1 with C3, I am taking here C3. So column 1 is interchanging with column 3 and column 3 is interchanging with column 1. You can see at that time column 1 is interchanging with 3. So in our first column, what are the elements? Third column elements, that is 3, 6, 9. Second column, there is nothing to do with the second column. I will keep this one as it is, 2, 5, 8. What about our third column? It is interchanged with the first column. I am doing the interchange. So here interchange of any 2 rows or column, it is our first operation. It is done separately for row and done separately for column. So here this is done for row, first one, done for column, second operation. So in this you can came across 2 operations. So you can think that what is this, why, how and all using here. You might have all these questions in your mind. See here, elementary operations and these three operations. In the first part I am explaining what only, that is what are these operations. Means, for example, as you studied in the elementary classes, like if they say addition, means in the beginning what they used to say, what is this addition. They first explain only what is this addition. Later, after you understanding this addition, later you will come to know how to use this addition and when to use this addition. Similarly here, at present I am just explaining what are these operations. After completion of operation, later in this section only you will come to know how to use these operations and at what places you need to use these operations. How and when part of this operations, how to use and when to use these operations, you will come to know in the later section. So here, by doing these elementary operation, there will be no changes in the system of this matrix. For example, you can see here, system of linear equations. As I said in the beginning itself, these matrices are very useful to solve the system of linear equations. So you can see here a system of linear equation. By looking into this system, you can easily say that these are followed by the variables, that is x, y, z are the three variables, and the component of those three variables you can express in this form, right? You can express it in this form. By doing matrix multiplication, you will get the same form of this notation. So look here clearly in this system of equations, which you already know how to deal with it. Suppose if I, to get any value, or while solving this system, suppose if I write first this one and then this one, is there any changes in the system of linear equation? No, right? That's what I am saying. By changing these two row or interchanging any two row, there is no change in the system of this matrix. Suppose this is what the row operation is saying. Okay, and suppose if I interchange, means here we have written first x components, then y components and z components. Suppose if I write first y components and then x components, means is there any changes in the system? No, right? So that is what I am saying, dealing with this elementary column operation. So that's what I am saying here. If you didn't get this concept, just leave it. I just said what is the practical idea of this elementary operations, to know it in the better way. If you understood this one, well and good. If you didn't get this one, just leave it. Just concentrate what I am dealing with this operation. So that is what saying, dealing with the elementary operations in this matrix, there is no change in the system of this matrix. There is no change in the system of a matrix. But one thing I will make it clear for you. You may ask, ma'am, whether this matrix is equal to this matrix. As I said, there is no change in the system. Now you might think like this way, that whether this matrix, after interchanging any two rows or any two columns, whether these two matrices are equal or not. Before you get this idea into your mind, please make a notice or please go through the equality of a matrix. What does the equality of a matrix says? When we need to say any two matrices are equal, their corresponding element must be what? Equal. Here whether 1 is equal to 4 or 2 is equal to 5, no, right? So the matrix, this matrix is different from this matrix, but the system, the whole systems, it is not going to change. That's what I am saying. Okay, so this is the first thing, interchanging of any two rows or column. If we, that is general representation is in this manner. If we are doing with the matrix, means like this, whatever the elementary operations we are going to use while doing the matrix operations, means first the given matrix followed by the corresponding elementary operations. Then after doing this, writing this elementary operation, what is the resulting matrix we are going to obtain after implying this elementary operation to the above matrix should be written below to that elementary operation notation. So this is how we are following. The next elementary operation is multiplication of elements of any rows or columns by a non-zero number. Means if you are having any row, then if you are multiplying any non-zero number to that row, it should be multiplied to each and every element of that row, and it is represented in this manner. Which row we are considering, multiplication is done for that row itself. For example, you can't take R3 implies 3 times R2. You can't write this one. This is wrong. That representation is nothing but R3 implies 2 times R3. So you are changing the row 3 by multiplying some scalar to that row. That's all. We are not changing a row by multiplying scalar to some other row. We are changing the corresponding row by multiplying some scalar to that row itself or that column itself. So please concentrate on this I here first. And the notation here is we are using a single-sided. For example, you can see here, for example, this is your example. You can see here. I have considered one of the matrix. So now here I am dealing with the row operation. R2 is going to change by 2 times R2. So what is our R2 here? This is our R2. Whether there is any changes in the first row? No. So I will write the first row as it is. What about the second row? They have multiplied some scalar k, that is nothing but 2, a non-zero scalar. So if I am multiplying 2 to the R2 means that 2 should be multiplied to each and every element of the second row. So multiplying 2 to the 4, it becomes 8, 5 2s are 10, 6 2s are 12. So this is a resultant matrix obtained by applying this elementary row operation to the above matrix. Similarly, the same operation, here I talked about the row. Suppose if I apply to the column, that is, this is here we are having 3 columns, 1, 2 and 3. Suppose if I consider C2 implies 3 times C2. What does this becomes? So changes you can see it only in the second column, that is only in this column. So first column will retain as it is. By multiplying 3 to the second column means that 3 should be multiplied to each element of this second column. 3 2s are 6, 5 3s are, it is 15. Third column there is no changes, it will retain as it is. This is the matrix, resultant matrix, which is obtained from the above matrix by applying this corresponding elementary operations. So this operation for row and again for column, here also we will come across the 2 operation. One is for row, another one is for column. So totally these 2 operations, totally we have finished 4 elementary operations. So mainly we are learning with the only 3 operations, this one and the next one. So each operation is applied for the corresponding rows as well as for columns. So here it goes with the 2 operation, here it also goes with the 2 operations. So totally now finished with the 4 operations. What is that third elementary operation? You can see here the addition of the elements of any row or column, the corresponding elements of any other row or column multiplied by a non-zero number. You might not understand this statement properly. You will come to know while this symbolic representation. You can see here. So the first is addition of the elements of any 2 rows. So you can see here 2 rows. So we are adding the 2 rows here to get the corresponding row, so means if I need the ith row means then ith row is multiplied with some jth row, where this jth row should be multiplied with some non-zero scalar. So to get the ith row, we are adding the ith row with some jth row, where this jth row should be multiplied by some non-zero scalar. This is what they said in the statement. I am telling it you in the general way, in the verbal way for the row. Similarly for the column, that is nothing but if I need to get a new column, cith column, means that cith column should be added by the cjth column, where the cjth column is multiplied by some non-zero scalar. For example, you can see here one of the matrix which is of order 2 cross 2. So to get for me R2 is added with the 2 times of R1. So what is our R2? This is our R2. So whatever the changes is there here, it is going to be seen in which row? It is this is our R2. This is seen in the second row. So there is no changes in the first row. So I will write our first row as it is. So what about the changes in the R2? R2 is added with the 2 times of R1. So corresponding element should be included. So for this second row, the elements are 3 and 4. For this element, the corresponding element of R1 is 1. For this element, the corresponding element of R1 is 2. So look into this operation. R2 plus this operation should be applied for each and every element of the second row. So first element is 3. So 3 plus 2 times of the corresponding element of 3 in the row 1 is 1. So you can see here 3 plus 2 times of 1. What is that? 3 plus 2, it is 5. So this is the first element. Similarly for second one, second row of the element here is 4. The corresponding element of 4 in the first row is 2. So applying this operation, 4 plus 2 times of corresponding element of 4 in the first row is 2. So 2 2s are 4, 4 plus 4 it is 8. So this is the resultant matrix obtained by applying this elementary operation to the given matrix. Similarly, when it comes for the column matrix, suppose if I deal with C1 is interchanged by 1 by 2 times of C2. So either 1 by 2 is a non-zero scalar, right? So whatever the changes here is there, it is going to be seen in which column? In the first column. So first column itself we are seeing the changes. What about that first column? C1, and this one is done with the corresponding elements of C1 with the corresponding elements of C2. So for 1 the corresponding element is 2. For 3 the corresponding element is 4. So how it goes? 1 plus 1 by 2 of C2 means 2. So 2 get cancels. 1 plus 1 it is 2. Similarly for second element of the column 1, 3 plus 1 by 2 of 4. 2 1s are 2 2s are 3 plus 2 it is 5. There is no changes in the second column. It is retained as it is. So this is the matrix obtained by applying this elementary column operation to the above matrix. We are going to get this one. So totally we came across 3 elementary operations. So what are those? And followed with the 6 for row and 3 for row and 3 for 6 elementary operations. 3 for row and 3 for column. What are those operations? We can, if I go with that briefly, means one is interchanging of any 2 rows or any 2 columns. The second one, it is nothing but Ri. It is going to be multiplied by the scalar times of Ri, or column it is multiplied by some scalar times of that column. And the third one is, if I consider any changes in the Rith row, means then Rith row is added with the scalar times of Rjth row, or if I need a cith column means it is added with the scalar times of cjth column. So these are the 6 elementary operations, out of which 3 are for rows and 3 are for columns.